Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Do you like being educated on things that entertain but don't matter? Well, then you need to be listening to the podcast with Knox and Jamie. Every Wednesday, we put together an episode dedicated to delightful idiocy to give your brain a break from all the serious and important stuff.
Whether we're deep diving a classic movie, dissecting the true meanings behind the newest slang, or dunking on our own listeners for their bad takes or cringy stories, we always approach our topics with humor and just a little bit of side-eye, and we end every episode with recommendations on all the best new movies, books, TV shows, or music.
To find out more, just search up the podcast with Knox and Jamie wherever you listen to podcasts and prepare to make Wednesday your new favorite day of the week.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
You guys, welcome to another episode of What's Your Issue? My name is Troy McEady.
And I'm Darlene Sussman.
And today we're wasting no time. We have no time for small talk. We have no time for anything but the meat and potatoes of what we are talking about today. Dara, I have a imperative question to ask you. It's never been more important. It's burning my tongue. What is your issue?
Oh my God, Troy. I'm so excited to announce that my issue is People magazine from September 16th, 1985. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, 1985. We're going back in time here. And the reason why I chose this is because we have an illustrious guest. I mean, just top tier.
She's radiating as we, literally beaming. As Oprah says, she carries the light.
Oh, yes.
She carries the light.
She honestly, I couldn't agree more. Nothing describes this gal more than a light carrier. She is our friend, our love, our, just the most talented, gorgeous, perfect, funny person in the world.
Our muse.
Our muse. Oh, I would say our muse. This is getting a touch meant to you.
The door's locked.
Don't stop.
Our friend, actress, singer, woman about town, Anna Camp.
Hi, you guys. I am so excited to be here. And that was the best introduction I've ever gotten in my entire life.
All true. Nothing
All true.
exaggerated.
And I'm going to have to remember that when I'm feeling blue because that was beautiful. Thank you. Hi.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. So the reason why I chose this issue is because the cover story has Rock Gone Too Far, all about the Satanic Panic. And Anna is starring in the Peacock original program, Hysteria, about the Satanic Panic. And it premieres October 18th. So we just found the most perfect issue.
We were
for
shepherded,
her.
if you will.
We were shepherded.
You guys really did find a great issue on this. Yes.
Glory be to Dara. I cannot believe that you found this.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfection. It's it couldn't be better. So this is, iconic for several reasons. One being that we weirdly have not covered People magazine yet, which feels, I can't believe that we've gone this far and not had a People moment. So let's just quickly get what is your People magazine relationship? Did you read it growing up? Did it mean anything in your house? Did you guys get the subscription? Was it something that you didn't care about? What's the vibe?
Yeah, Anna, what's your vibe?
Well, I remember getting People magazine in the mail. I believe I got those subscriptions. And then also reading them at the dentist office. You know what I mean? They're everywhere. And I just became obsessed with the goss. The goss of the movie stars. And then they also have these crazy articles about people that have been kidnapped, but they're coming back to reality and these heroic stories. But I just found it encapsulated pop culture in this very specific way. And it was a candy treat, the bright colors, on the cover of People magazine. And then furthering my career and stuff, I think I might have been in some People magazine.
Well, I was gonna ask, do you think that your relationship to this magazine as a young person had anything to do with you wanting to pursue acting?
It gave me this clear, like it painted this vision of Hollywood because I grew up in South Carolina. I didn't really go to California ever. And I just would see, these movie stars' homes and there's palm trees and, people look so glamorous on the cover or whatever. And it did give me this like idea of like, what's LA like? I want to go see LA, and is it really like what it looks like in People magazine?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically my relationship to that.
Were you a magazine girl? Like we started a podcast about it. Of course we are magazine girlies. Were you big into magazine culture when you were younger?
Definitely. I mean, I still have copies of like my 17 magazines and my Vogue's entertainment weeklies. I love when they would do the spreads with all the actresses. I remember seeing like Kate Blanchett and Kate Winslet and everybody on the cover, and I would like look at them and like touch the covers and collect them. You know what I mean? Like, I think they're all in my like teenage bedroom still, like in South Carolina. So,
well, then you might be back on our show for another episode at some point.
I would love that.
I mean, I had no idea that you were a keeper of the mags.
Yeah,
I know. I don't know. My sister got them a lot too, so it was something that we bonded over. And I miss that actually because we don't have that really anymore. Like I go to the airport and I get one as a treat when I take a flight. I'm like, I'm just gonna splurge and I'm gonna get that September Vogue. How could I not get the September Vogue? Come on. And I would go through though, and like I'd feel them, like how thick they were.
Yes.
And like the thicker one I would buy.
Oh, that's a real magazine girl.
Oh yeah.
When you're feeling for thickness.
Yeah. Even if the cover is pretty, but it's thin because they didn't have the money for that issue, I just wouldn't buy it. But I'd stand in line and I would look at it at the Target and then I'd put it back. But I'd buy the thick ones because it was like a book.
Yeah.
You need all the content.
Yeah.
More content, the better.
Definitely.
I also like that you brought up. We've talked in many episodes about like doctor's office magazine culture because a lot of people do have a relationship to certain magazines only in waiting rooms, but like throughout the years of their life, it kind of adds up. And I feel like People is like definitely one of those. It's a defining waiting room magazine. Like it's almost the one that you can guarantee will always be there.
Yes, and it calms you down, right? Like I mean, whether you're like going to the gynecologist or you're going to whatever, if you see that cover of that People magazine, it kind of brings you to this safe place mentally. It's also escaping where you are from your reality, which is why I think I reach for them in waiting offices because it's so stressful usually when you're there that it's just this like you can always count on People magazine to help you escape, and it looks safe and it makes you happy.
Yeah.
And
it's trustworthy. That's always been People's. It's like it's a trusted source.
It is.
It's pop culture, but it's not so far as a tabloid. Like it's easy reading, but it's a little bit more highbrow.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your
relationship,
Dara?
I mean, I always loved People, and I will say it was primarily waiting room for me. I mean, I can't remember if like it's a sort of magazine that if we had a subscription, it would have been my mom's, but I think she was more of a Red Book gal.
Oh, I loved Red Book. I remember a cover with Bette Midler on the cover of Red Book. I'll never forget it.
But yeah, People felt more waiting room, and I do have this very vivid memory. I was very young, being at the doctor's office with my mom and seeing the People magazine that came out right after Columbine.
Oh, God.
And I was like, oh. But yeah, so People, like you were saying, Anna, People has like the crime stuff. It has a lot of the true crime. But what I found interesting about this People magazine, as opposed to the ones that like I remember from my youth, is there's very minimal I feel like celebrity culture in it. I feel like as time went on, it started to lean more into celebrity stuff. Whereas this has a couple blurbs. Like it has some TV stuff. But other than that, there's very little gossip in it. There's just like 1 or 2 pages, and it's very light gossip.
Yeah.
Is it mainly like current events?
Kind of.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's still poppy, but like there's like a really long spread about Anne Frank.
Oh.
In this one.
Interesting.
And
not what I expected you to say.
We actually did an Us Weekly And it was sort of like the 80s Us Weekly is like so night and day. Like it was like so much more highbrow, and like they were trying to talk about like serious topics and like, you know, economics and things. And then it just slowly over time became like, look at how fat Courtney Love is, you know, like
so weird. I wonder when that actually switched. Like at what point in what year kind of did we start really focusing on like celebrity culture and like tearing them down? Or
it feels like late 90s to me.
Okay.
I feel like it started to shift. Yeah, like mid 90s, I imagine it was like getting more into celebrity stuff. And then by the late 90s, it was turning into more and more toxic.
Yeah. And I think specifically with People, more than like most magazines.
Yeah.
I would say that it became a tool
Yes.
for celebrities more so than a commentary. It was like a place where a celebrity could go and like spin a story or like push a narrative or like
sell their first baby pictures.
Yeah, like it's like if you do that with People magazine for whatever reason, it feels more highbrow and more respected than if you did it with another magazine.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know?
Like I remember my wedding my second wedding to Skylar Aston. We were married, and I remember that my publicist was like, "We have to get People the first image. They want the first image," and they ended up buying the first image of that.
Wow.
People magazine. Yeah. I
Oh my
forgot
God.
about that.
Wow.
This moment.
So there's another relationship to People.
Yeah, a first-hand account.
Ugh.
I don't remember how much money we made. I don't remember. I blacked it out.
For the best.
Troy, what about you? Any?
My relationship to People magazine, I mean, I guess it always felt like kind of a necessary evil. Like it wasn't the first thing it wasn't what I would naturally gravitate towards, but like on occasion they'll do a story or get like an exclusive that like means a lot. And like, I'm talking about Britney. Everybody knows I'm talking about Britney when I say that. Like, you know, they'll get like the Britney exclusive or like whatever. And it is it's a source that feels like when a source gives an exclusive to People, it feels a little bit more weighted than like an Us Weekly or something.
Yeah.
But now that I'm older and now that I kind of have a jaded view of Hollywood, like I do look at it as a little bit more, they're just in bed with celebrities more. Like they're willing to push whatever narrative Jennifer Lopez wants to push about being nice instead of being mean. Like they'll do it, you know? They're the ones that you call when you need a story that you want to get control of or be ahead of. Like they'll help you do it, whereas the other magazines are more so looking to like exploit you. So yeah, I mean, it's a doctor's office magazine for me as well, but there's an occasional one that I'm like, oh, I need to own this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I get that. For sure.
I do have an old Britney cover People.
Yeah.
I think it's like 2000 or something, 2001. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Was the picture of her shaving her head on the cover? Was that a People or was that an Us Weekly?
I believe it was Us Weekly or Okay.
Yeah, I think that was either Us or Okay.
Okay.
I
Because
have
People
that
wouldn't have
too.
that on the cover because they're not that
Exactly.
like,
No.
scandalous or whatever.
They would maybe have it on the inside.
I see. Okay.
but
then
not
they
on
would
the
do
cover.
sometimes they would do those special editions that those are the ones that I would go buy, like where it was just about one celebrity. Like it would be a special one that's just an entire like fanfare about one
I remember
person.
those.
Those were the best.
Those were great. Those were like the little books that you would keep and want. Those autobiographies kind of your favorite
Yes.
actor, actress.
They had the thicker cover, a
Love.
little bit more expensive,
A little glossier.
a little glossier.
And you kept it on your coffee table.
Yeah.
And you set it beside your bed and you had and it like, you know what I mean? It
Totally.
became part of your like
Yes.
living, like, what do you know
Like
what
your
I mean?
decor.
Like your decor. Your decor,
Yeah,
yes.
like this
Thanks.
represents me.
Yes.
on the coffee table with a candle atop.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
My grandmother, that's like when I think of People magazine, I think of my grandmother having them like fanned out like for years, the same ones. And I would read them like my entire life. Like I've read the People magazine with Prince on the cover from like 80 whatever when Purple Rain came out. I've read it 1,000 times.
Wow.
Because I grew up with it being like part of my grandma's decor.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. That's a good one. I feel like to have read over and over too.
Yes,
probably
for sure.
Love me some Prince.
Yeah.
Shall we read a couple letters from the editor?
I would love nothing
To the
more.
editor.
I want to read. I want you guys to read.
If you're following along, page 4.
I'll read one that I actually can't even comprehend why it's in here.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And actually, the readers felt this way as well. So this article, there's several write-ins about this previous article, and it's about baby Dew Varner.
Say wait one more time.
Dew Varner, DEWVARNER.
Literally Dew Varner.
That's the name of the baby?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
baby Dew Varner.
I'm so into this. What a great name for a baby.
Little Dew.
Little baby Dew Varner.
And a lot of people are quite perturbed about this two-page spread that people did about this baby, because apparently at 18 months old, he could hit a baseball. And
With his hand?
he was,
I could do that too.
I guess he was this little sports star, and at 18 months old, he was.
With a bat? Like with a baby-sized bat?
That's what they
Yeah.
claim.
Okay.
They allege
They
that
allege
he was a prodigy.
that he was a sports prodigy, and everyone is goddamn pissed about
These
it.
people are angry.
They're very,
my God.
very jealous. So one of the letters says, "So you think an 18-month-old who can hit a baseball is worth a story? When my son Eric was 18 months old, he could hit a tennis ball 3 houses down and field like a 10-year-old. By the time he was 2, he was riding a 2-wheeled bike, no training wheels, and ice skating." Elaine Glenn, Southfield, Michigan.
Elaine has been personally victimized by this story.
God, she is like cannot sleep until her like letter gets published. Jesus.
Pretty much all the letters are like, actually, my kid can do that too. Shut up. Like, who even cares? But also, like, he should be in this.
Oh my God, Elaine.
This is one from Bonnie Sweeney. She said, "Is that all he can do? Hit a ball? Our 2-year-old goes fishing, metal detecting, checks the dryer, and has the vocabulary of any 4-year-old." It's like,
What?
Bonnie, we're not saying that your kid isn't smart.
Yeah,
There's
we're
just-
celebrating Dew.
Yeah, Dew can hit a
This is
baseball.
about Dew.
Yeah.
What did Dew do to you?
What did Dew do to you, Dew? Dude?
Anna, do you know what you were up to at 18 months old?
18
Were you hitting the
months.
ball?
I was not. That sounded a little dirty, and I liked it, but I don't think that I was at 18 months, honey. No, I don't think I was doing that, but I definitely. The only thing that I remember my mom telling me that I did at that young of an age was I took all of the clothes off of my animal stuffed toys because I apparently didn't think that it looked natural.
Wow.
I wanted them to look like they were in the wild. So whenever I got a gift from like a aunt or something and there was like a bunny in a dress, I would immediately have to take the dress off because I was like, this isn't real.
Future PETA queen.
There you go.
Also-
Thank you.
Hello.
Also,
Yes.
very, very actress. Like,
Yeah.
this is not
Yeah.
what Bunny's
Yeah.
character would be doing. Why is Bunny in an outfit?
You're
Bunny's
like,
in the
this
wild.
dress doesn't speak
This
to
doesn't
Bunny.
speak to Bunny. Like Bunny needs to be free, you know? Bunny needs to be free. Free Bunny.
What I love about that is that most kids are so gross that they're like making their dolls like have sex. They're like rubbing them together.
yeah.
And you're like, no, I'm undressing them so that they are more natural.
Yes.
It's more of an aesthetic thing. It's not sexual.
Yeah, definitely not sexual. Just because I would play scenes with them, but like they'd be in my like little bed. But I remember them like they would be like leaping through trees, like as animals
That
do.
is so
Do you know what I
love
mean?
that.
Yeah.
I love creative kids.
Yes, me
You know.
too. Do I don't was Do creative? Do we know?
Dude
if
sounds
Dew
like a
would-
brute to me, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest.
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
bit of a brute.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
I need to know where he is. Like, I don't know.
I'm not inspired by
Probably
him.
he's
No.
not doing too well. It sounds like maybe he has like a Tiger Woods father.
Yeah,
situation.
totally.
Yeah.
And they're like exaggerating his talents to make him
Oh.
be whatever.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
such a good point.
Do you think they're lying? Maybe.
Potentially.
Potentially lying.
I mean, I can't speak to that because I could barely walk at 18 months old.
You could.
I think I walked at like 15 months, something really bad, and I never crawled before. And my mom was like, you were speaking in full sentences. You were very ahead in speaking, but we were quite worried.
You're just army crawling around.
No, I was not moving. I was just sitting
You
there.
went from sitting to walking? Like you
Yeah.
totally skipped the crawling
She
phase?
said, my mom said, I never walked, and then one day I just like got up.
Dora,
Okay, that's a People magazine article.
Yeah, for sure. The little girl that never walked.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I just wasn't even trying. I was like, oh, I'll get to it.
You'll get to it. You're like, I'm going to be walking for the rest of my goddamn
goddamn
life. Let me just sit here for a minute, Mom.
Give me a couple more
Don't
months.
rush me, Mom.
You're like, all right. You do the first time you walk, you do a full WB frog thing. You're like, you go from crawling to full cane and like top hat,
exactly.
no in between.
Willy Wonka.
I can see that.
They're like, Dara, you can tap. Why?
Shall we move on to page 41?
Please.
We
We skip past all the fancy feast.
Yeah, we have
ads.
to scroll through.
Wait, can I just see a little fancy feast?
Yes.
for a second?
Okay,
Please. I like
actually-
your live reaction will be amazing.
Okay.
Okay, this is the
Oh my God.
longest ad I've ever seen.
But it's so beautiful.
That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. The richest cats in the world and how they live. Wow, they live better than most people that I know.
The photos have no
first
business
photo-
being so chic.
The first photo I want as a print.
It's amazing.
Look at this cat lounging on this velvet chaise. My God.
I love that one too.
That's great. Settee. It's a settee.
Oh, a
Excuse me, not a
settee,
chaise. I'm
yes.
sorry. Meow.
It's so cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Fancy Feast wasted no money. They
my-
took out the biggest spread ever.
Look at this fancy cat in Europe.
Wow.
Well, where else would he be, darling?
The cat was in the wine cellar.
Ooh,
Hanging out.
a cat on a Persian
A
rug.
cat after my own heart. I love wine and I love cats.
Oh,
I love those are my two loves.
Those are my true loves.
I love at the end of the ad it says, "At last, a sweepstakes worth entering. Win unlimited fancy." It says when you will be automatically entered when you redeem this Fancy Feast coupon and save 25 cents.
Oh, this ad that I'm going to throw up just for a second. Doesn't that kind of look like a little Nate?
Oh my God, it does look like Nate.
This baby boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
baby-
I knew immediately.
But doesn't he look like right here, he looks like he's taller. And then when you just zoomed out, he's like a baby child.
Oh yeah, that.
you know what I mean? Does
That's not an adult. I mean, he has a very mature face.
Mature face for a
and a mature look.
mature look. Wow. It was different in the 80s.
Yeah, everybody looked a lot older in
Yeah.
the 80s.
Like a 12-year-old looked like he was 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Night Stalker.
Okay, now moving on to page 41,
Okay.
titled "Take One," and it's basically like a little blurb of what the stars are up to.
Curious.
And one of them says it's about Emilio Estevez and Demi Moore. And it reads, St. Elmo's Fire co-stars Emilio Estevez and Demi Moore weren't romantically paired on screen, though there has been spontaneous combustion off camera. Word is they're kind of engaged. Estevez has given Moore a diamond ring, but their wedding plans are on the back burner. I mean, and then it just has a darling black and white photo of the two of them in the most 80s ensembles.
And it says Emilio and Demi Moore, not just semi-serious. Ooh. It's always fun to read. I mean, we've had some reoccurring Brat Pack conversations
we've
on
had
the
a
show so
lot.
far. And it's like really fun when you look at an actual magazine from like the height of the Brat Pack and like it just feels so exciting, you know? Any
yeah.
combination of them together is like really cool to see.
Did you guys watch that Bratz doc on Hulu?
I did.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
That guy, that actor was fascinating.
Oh my God.
to me.
You know, I know a lot of people didn't like it because it was like, I thought this was supposed to be about the Brat Pack and it's just about him. And I'm like, no. If you watch it through the lens of an aged star who like never really took off in the same way that his co-stars did, and the sort of
The psychology of unpacking what all of that
yeah.
means. I was just like riveted because I was like, this is not about the Brat Pack. It's
Not at
about a guy that didn't make it where he thought he was going to be, but also was still resentful of the Brat Pack. Like, let it go.
Yeah.
let it
Like,
go.
can we move on?
It's like, yeah.
Like it wasn't a
Yeah.
bad thing. You've also worked more than any actor that comes like to Hollywood. Like, you had a great career, even though you still didn't
Yeah.
make it where you wanted to be or whatever. But like the resentment that they had still for like being called brats, I was like, move on.
Move
It's
on.
so, I mean, I think that was like the general everybody was just like, let it go.
Well,
Like, and it's been repurposed. Like, you've taken the word, darling. Like, you know, like, it's not the 80s anymore. We don't really look at that word as so offensive and whatever.
I never looked at the Brat Pack either as something bad.
No.
I always thought they were the coolest people around. Like, whenever I heard the Brat Pack, I never had any negative. I thought they were just like the cool kids, the coolest kids in the world.
And that, that actor, like, in the original article, he's barely mentioned in it. And he pretty much blames his whole career not ending up the way he wanted it to because of this one writer who wrote this story. But it's very interesting, I thought, because you see him talking to his male co-stars and they're kind of like, yeah, dude, get over it. But then he talks to the women and he has this incredible scene with Demi and she like comes to him with such compassion.
Of course.
And she talks him through it. And then you see it all kind of happens towards the back half where he's talking to the women and they're all like asking him the right questions and he finally starts to like understand and have an appreciation. And I mean, Demi is just like a goddess.
She's evolved. Like, she's evolved in her way of thinking and she's just trying to help him, but she doesn't overly push it. It's just such a great scene. You're right, Dara.
So good.
I love Demi.
Is she you guys' favorite? She's my favorite Brat Pack member. Is she you guys' favorite?
Yeah.
100%, especially after seeing the
substance.
Okay. We saw The Substance a couple days ago, and I feel like I'm like a cat walking on its nails. Like, I just want to talk about it all the time, all day. But I didn't want to spoil it for anybody because I just knew, like, I was like, they're gonna love this movie.
And it's insane. Like, I feel like usually when I see a movie, you know, I start as it's going, I'm like, okay, I kind of see where this is going. And, you know, there's not a lot that totally shocks me.
Yeah.
I had no idea. No idea where this was going.
Yeah.
I was completely shocked.
100%. My jaw was on the floor. I was in heaven, first of all, because everything about that movie is a dream come true for me cinematically. Like, the score was beautiful. All of the gore was beautiful. Demi Moore was beautiful. Everything was clicking on all these cylinders. And then on top of it all, it was so committed to just going for it in a way that I haven't seen a film do in a really long time. One surprise after another surprise. And like these three, like just operating on metaphorical levels. And then just the plot itself was just so well designed. I mean, it's my favorite movie of the year for sure.
I was sitting next to Anna in the theater and her reactions were so visceral. It was like making me more excited because I was like, because you were like screaming.
I was
like, because that's a movie that could go either one, like one of two ways. Like, and I feel like there's no in between. Like, you either really liked that movie or people despised it and like thought it was just like disgusting and gross. But I was like, oh, I'm with my people because they all really liked it and we were all so excited to leave and talk about it. And like the appreciation for Demi was just she just to have done the weirdest movie of her career and the most brave movie that she's ever done.
Oh my God.
Considering she's done so many brave things already in film is just like so cool.
Oh, it's just the coolest. And
it's the weirdest thing she'll ever do.
It is. I mean, it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. But also as an actress, it gave me like so much hope. It was so inspiring to see somebody who, was like a member of the Brat Pack and they were, you know, considered this type of actress or whatever.
Yeah.
And then to go and do something so ballsy like G.I. Jane where she's like shaving her head and then, you know, we're like, where's Demi? Where's Demi? We love her. Where's she been? And then to come back in this like however old she is and like balls to the walls, totally naked, so vulnerable, made herself like they did not make her look beautiful. They made her look like hideous. And I just was like, I want that.
Yeah.
I want that career. That's what I want like in the future. I think it was just so inspired. I was crying at the end of it because I was like, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful for the actress and just for the film itself. Beautiful.
So go see it.
Go see it. And if you also, just side note, if you haven't listened to Demi's audiobook, even if you've read it, listen.
Oh my God.
I haven't.
It will literally, it's the best celebrity memoir I think I've ever read.
It is
gut
wrenching.
It's so brave.
Harrowing.
It's so harrowing is the best. Yeah. her storytelling, but you gotta listen to her read it.
Done.
Oh my God. And
Done.
she cries.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love this. I can't wait to listen to it. Thank you for that
For sure.
recommendation, Troy.
Okay, class,
Yes, ma'am.
turn your pages to page 46, where we will be discussing the cover story titled Parents versus Rock. A powerful allegiance of concerned mothers gears up to tone down pop music's baddest acts. And this article gets into one facet of the Satanic Panic that was prevalent from like the 70s into like early 90s. And this part of the Satanic Panic basically targeted pop music, as it says. But I'll just read the opening blurb. It is a controversy increasing in volume to decibel levels that would rival any rock concert. To a growing number of worried parents and concerned citizens, rock and roll is turning too often to sex, Satanism, drugs, and violence for its major themes and corrupting the values and views of unwary young people. To others equally concerned, the specter of censorship taints any of the suggested remedies. Next week, Congress will confront the issue for the first time when the Senate Commerce Committee, of which Senator Gore is a member, opens hearings on the problem of rock porn and what, if anything, to do about it. In considering that problem, the lawmakers will have to confront one of the most acute tensions in democracy between the rights of free speech and free expression on one side and the right of parents to protect their children on the other. And so, Anna, you are in Hysteria, and it discusses these themes and topics. And I will say, I've seen pictures of your character, and it does sort of vibe on this picture.
Definitely. Is that Tipper Gore, or is that just one of the other women, I think?
This is just...
This is Baker.
Oh, this is...
Or something, maybe not.
Yeah, I think this is Susan Baker.
Yeah, that's Susan.
And which is definitely like my character kind of. Susan Baker was the most religious, one of the Washington women that wanted to take down like music, death metal, and everything. So yeah, Susan Baker. That's kind of like my character. Tracy Whitehead is my character's name.
Oh my God.
In Hysteria. So yeah, I'm definitely not a rock and roller. If you've seen the photos, of me. The opposite of that for sure.
I mean, yeah, you don't look anything like yourself. Like,
thank you.
But tell us about the show and everything.
Yeah. Okay. I'm very excited. So, Hysteria is set in 1989 in a small town in Michigan called Happy Hollow. And there's a young group of high school students that are kind of misfits. They're not very popular. And they end up being in a band, but kind of capitalizing on the cult phenomenon that's going on in the world right now and in their town. And the boy, his name is Dylan. He's played by MJ Anthony. He's an amazing actor. He basically wants to impress a girl, right? So everybody, like, you do things to like impress your crush or whatever in high school. And it gets really, really, really out of hand. And I play Tracy Whitehead, who is basically the head of MOM, which is Mothers Against Occult Media. And I am like a figurehead of the church. And I have a daughter as well that is in the high school. And I will go to very great lengths to protect her from the music, the culture, boys in general, because I love her and she's my everything. And I love Tracy, and I can't look at it like she's the villain, because it's just, I never look at my characters like that. And I just think she's doing everything from the goodness of her heart. I think that she's carrying a lot of shame for who she is, actually. You get to see a flashback episode where you get to see kind of what made me the way I am today, which is really cool. But yeah, I love her, and I just love this series. It's filled with amazing music, all the hair and makeup, the wigs, the wardrobe. It's just like a rock show. Like when you're watching it, it's amazing.
Well, you just perfectly transitioned me into what was going to be my next question, which is like, obviously you have to find like a sympathetic you have to come from like a sympathetic place for this person to play her, right?
Yeah.
So like now that you've done it, like where do you fall in? Because like when I was reading this article, I was like, "Ew, am I like old?" Because it's not like I was agreeing, but like
There were moments.
There are moments like I
Yeah.
don't disagree with like the labeling.
Yeah.
I don't disagree,
I don't disagree with that either.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, yeah, it is scary when there's like this heightened moment of like artists using like the devil and like all of these things that scare middle America to like sell records and like create controversy. And you're like listening to your 13-year-old like do weird seances in their room and not know what, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
I kind of get it in a way.
I do too.
Yeah.
So like, what was that like?
Well, just riffing off of what you just said, it's like teenagers' brains are very impressionable.
Yeah.
And speaking of Columbine, you know, Dylan and Eric, they were listening to Marilyn Manson songs. And I know that the song did not make them go do that, right? Like, I'm very well aware that there's art for art's sake, and there should be freedom of speech and freedom of expression. But I do believe, and I'm a very liberal person, right? you know, but I do believe in taking care to prevent, or I guess, I mean, it's a hard topic. It's a confusing topic because where is the line?
Exactly.
Where is the line? I mean, I think the labeling is good, and we've kept that on the parental advisories. But like, I feel like, can artists be more responsible?
Yeah.
Like, can artists be the ones that are responsible so we don't have to? I don't know what the answer is. There's always going to be people pushing envelopes, which we love.
Yeah.
And generation after generation challenging the previous generation, which we have to do, right? Like, everyone freaked out because Elvis was shaking his hips in front of everyone. You know what I mean? Like, it'll just keep going and going and going. But as long as these kids know that it's like, it's art, it's not real. That's what I get worried about, is that it's not real.
Well, but in a way, I mean, speaking of Marilyn Manson, then years go by and we realize, oh, he was actually like a really bad guy.
Right.
And maybe, you know, he wasn't like actually performing like sadist witchcraft, like theoretically, but he was abusing people in a really dark, not that there's like a light way, but like a sort of
like
dark,
a theatrical,
yeah.
I guess it's up to the record labels.
Yeah.
Maybe to go, I don't want to keep this person signed, or you have to, I don't know.
But then they'll never do that because if they're making money.
Exactly.
If they're
Our
making
show
money.
touches on that for sure. It's
Yeah.
like you're exploiting something that might not be the healthiest thing, but you're getting the popularity,
Yeah.
right?
Well, there's a section of this article, and I'm like trying to find exactly where it is. I'm kind of paraphrasing, where they basically talk about how like some of the stuff, like some of the concerns that they brought up were like misinterpretations of lyrics. And like, it's like when you said like, where's the line? It's like, well, that line is different for everybody. So it's like, it's impossible because for one thing, what's offensive to you may not at all be offensive to another person in your group even.
Right.
But then it's like, you're also missing, like, there's a lot of misinterpretation of the art. So it's like, you might be labeling something and mislabeling it because you just don't understand it, and this teenager does.
Right.
And all, you know, it's like, it's only blurred lines.
Exactly. It's so subjective, and it's like it's hard to put a hard and fast rule on anything because, what I hear in a song where someone was saying they're going to like stay away from the danger zone or whatever. There's something in the Cyndi Lauper song I read in the article.
Yes.
And like maybe if I was a kid, I would be like, danger zone, like highway. You
Yes.
know, I wouldn't know, but as an adult, maybe I would know. But also, what's wrong with self-love? I mean, that's like
Totally. She bop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they discussed the different songs that were the main targets. They were called the Filthy 15. And some of them you're like,
What a great name for a band, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
that is really good. But like they discuss one song and it's, you know, Judas Priest's Eat Me Alive.
Oh, that
where
was it.
It basically talks about having someone give him oral sex at gunpoint. And I was like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't
like
like
that's
that.
terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't want my son listening to that.
No, me neither.
Not my dude.
Not my little baby do. He's gonna play baseball.
Baby, go hit your ball and turn that off.
But then, yeah, they have other songs like Cyndi Lauper's She Bop was one of the filthy 15, and it's just about a darling, fanciful young woman touching herself.
Yeah.
What's wrong
She likes
with
to sit on
Scandal.
an engine that's wiggling. That's all.
That's practically, tame and adorable.
Totally.
It's charming.
Totally.
But speaking of your character, Anna, and she's just like, ultimately, her intentions are to protect her daughter. There's a quote in this article that if you feel moved, I would love for you to read.
Are you kidding me? I'm moved. I am so moved right now.
Get ready. Let me sit
Oh my
up in my
God.
seat.
Okay.
Let me drink some water.
Drink some water, please, darling. Get your voice ready.
So one of the mothers, it's a quote from one of the mothers who is, on the side of protecting her child. And it says, Hauer recalls her own rock awakening. Quote. Right here.
Okay. I started picking up a word here and a word there, of the rock songs played during aerobics classes. I heard Prince over the radio, and one day at the breakfast table, my daughter was listening to the music, and I noticed this punk look about her. And I started thinking, we'd better get a peer group together. And that is the quote.
Imagine that being your first thought.
We've got to get a peer group together.
Darling. We've got to get a peer group together. That's my character.
We got to get a
That is my character.
I also just she was listening to Prince, and I could just tell the look in her eyes.
She had a punk look about her. Was it in her eyes, or was she wearing something?
Did she
or
have
was it
Liberty spikes?
Yeah, exactly. Was she wearing purple rain-colored shiny outfits? What is she talking about?
There's also a really great part of this article, which is the thing that I love about an 80s and 90s thing, a People magazine, is they have these weird interactive things where they're fill out this card and send it back and we'll tally up the votes. And it's a voting thing about how you feel about rock lyrics, and the questions are you 18 or over 18 or under? Do you believe explicit lyrics are harmful to children? Yes or no? Would you support a rating system for song lyrics? Yes or no? Would you support such a system for books and TV shows as well? Should we also venture there? Yes or no?
Oh, God.
Do you think the rating system would lead to censorship? Should some lyrics be censored? Send in your thoughts to People Weekly, P.O. Box 1385, Steinway Station. And I'm sure thousands of people probably filled it out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. It is, though. What do we do? I don't know the answer.
Yeah, we've never figured it out, which is interesting.
Yet. Yeah, that's the thing.
There's no right.
Well, because, I'm thinking back. One of the questions, would you support a system for books and TV shows as well? I think back to being in middle school and trying to take out from the school library the book by V.C. Andrews, Petals on the Wind.
Oh.
The sequel to Flowers in the Attic.
Oh, cool.
I don't know this book.
Well, there's quite a bit of incest.
Oh, what's that? I don't understand that word.
And I was taking it out from the library, and the librarian didn't want to tell me what it was about, but she was like, "This is a little bit too old for you." And
How
I was
old were you?
I think I was in the 6th grade, so what is that? 12?
12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm taking this out. And she's like, I really don't think you should. And what I didn't say was, honey, I've been reading this in the stacks for the last half hour.
I can see you now, Dora.
I'm taking it home.
Full Matilda. You put it in your trolley and ride together.
Ding, 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 ding. Petals in the wind, petals in my trolley.
Ooh, ding, ding, ding.
You're throw it on the radio flyer and let me get out of here.
Exactly. And give me a scarlet letter to go.
Ooh. And, at the end of the day, it didn't influence me to, look at my brother a different way.
Right.
I wasn't, into incest after. And I feel I don't know. It didn't negatively negatively affect me in any way. I was mature enough for it. Now, of course, there are some children who are not. So it is also child to child.
Sure.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
do you have a little shithead boy who might hear Motley Crue lyrics and be like, all right, so oral sex at gunpoint, noted.
And there are a lot of, unfortunately, kids like that.
Yeah.
That will go, I want that. I want to do that. That's like, this person's my hero. I'm going to do exactly what they do. So
Yeah.
it's risky. It is.
Luckily, we don't have to worry about this at all anymore because now there's just TikTok.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
there's
God.
no
And
sense. And that was just
The
like,
floodgates are
the
open.
floodgates
it's
are
over
open.
with.
We can't close them.
Their brains are mashed. But I very famously came from a very, let's say, ruleless family.
Ooh.
My mom had me very young, and we grew up together. So, like, we were watching The Real World and shit together.
You were like
and,
friends.
we were friends.
Mhm.
And, like, at a certain point, I think she understood that she had let me watch too many adult things to the point that it's like, I have literally no interest in things that are made for me. Like, not in a bad way, but just like, girl, like,
Yeah.
I want to watch Wild Things.
Yeah. Once you watch Pretty Woman, you can't go back to Barney.
Are you kidding me? After that performance,
Yeah.
after you've introduced me to Julia Roberts and her smile in its most purest form, you want me to like go back to watching Sesame Street? I can't. So I turned out fine, but
Yes.
I remember like my family members, like my like aunts and my uncles and stuff being like, first of all, what the fuck? Like, because I would go to sleepovers and stuff, and like we would be picking movies, and I'd be like, Basic Instinct,
I am obsessed.
and my aunt would be like, what? Are you being parented? You know, like what's going on? But I found that my cousins and like all of my friends that were very sheltered were way less mature and like really annoying. And like if any kind of like lovemaking scene came on, they would all be like freaking out. And
Yeah,
I'm
of
like, I just watched Sharon Stone cross her legs. You guys are literally wild.
Right. You were mature enough to handle it, and it actually like informed who you are today. And
Yeah.
I feel like you turned out very, very, very well.
That's why I'm sitting here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
think I mean, maybe I'm an extreme case, but I would want my kid exposed to things.
Same.
Yeah, what would you guys do if you had kids? Like, what would you?
If I heard my kid like doing devil worship in the bed.
Yeah, what would you do if you heard your child, little baby do? Let's just picture do.
Little baby do.
And you hear him chanting satanic phrases, and he has a pentagram
Oh,
drawn
God.
on the wall. What would you do?
I would be like, he's expressing himself. Listen, I was also like doing Wicca in my
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
But
They're doing letters of other stuff as a party.
Yeah, exactly. The Ouija board, my favorite.
Yeah.
But listen, I was appropriately hiding it from my parents, so they didn't have to think about it. So, what about you, Anna? What would you do?
I think I would like get in on it with them. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I'd be like, tell me what you're doing. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
That's
you know?
smart, actually.
And just like tell them how like great their hair and their nails or whatever, and like what is this thing what does it mean to you? You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
would just like celebrate what they're doing in order to get more information. I
Oh,
would
that's
become
so
their
smart.
friend.
That's the right
first.
answer.
That is
I
so
mean,
smart.
But I think that's what I would do. Yeah.
Were your parents strict?
Yes, my parents were pretty strict. I mean, I wasn't allowed to have a car forever. I didn't get a car until my senior year of high school. We were church going, but not like super religious. But I was like going to confirmation classes, which I never got confirmed because I cut all my confirmation classes to go smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, she's
In
a
the
bad
church
girl.
Bad
parking
girl at
lot,
heart.
honey.
Always
I
the
just hated
Sandy.
it. I hated the organized religion from the beginning. I did not understand why we were all sitting in a room listening to this one guy talk and talk and talk all day, and then we get up as a big group and we sing these terribly songs and no one could sing, you know, and it felt so rigid and awful. But then, yeah, my parents, I didn't really have that many friends growing up, really. I wasn't very popular at all because I wasn't really allowed to go out. You know, it wasn't like my dad was a little bit strict for sure. Yeah. I mean, I love him and we have a better relationship today. But yeah, my sister was valedictorian. She was 7 years older than me. She didn't really go out. So I was the second born and I was kind of pushing my limits, but they never really had her. She didn't pave the way for me in any way. So we were both kind of sheltered kids.
So he wouldn't let you listen to Motley Crue talking about.
No, I won't think I tried to.
No. Oh, well, there's actually a really funny little blurb that just says, quote, "I don't want my 11-year-old daughter to know about some of these groups," says Tipper Gore of Rob Halfer's Judas Priest. Can you imagine any 11-year-old girl being like, I'm so into this band, Judas Priest. It's like, wow, transformative.
I mean, the coolest little girl
I
you
know.
could ever imagine.
I was gonna say, what a little badass.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's like going a little overboard, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
picturing little girls listening to Judas Priest. I mean, maybe they were, but yeah, I mean, I never listened to any of that stuff. The main thing that my dad actually like made me listen to Bob Dylan. He like was the one that was like introducing me to like
that.
really good music and stuff like that. So
Don't you also feel like kids just don't like? I would walk around singing Madonna, like I would walk around singing like Human Nature, and like I'm not your bitch, and I didn't know what I was like singing.
Yeah.
I just loved Madonna. Like it's not deep for them.
No.
like,
no,
you know?
I was dancing around my bedroom to Relax, Don't Do It.
Yeah.
When you wanna go through it, relax, don't do
do
it.
it. When you wanna come.
I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
Come? I didn't
Yeah.
know what that was.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, when you're a child, it can mean anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, when you want to go to the party, like relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
you know,
chill out.
Just chill out for a minute. Like you'll get there.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like
what
if
I
you have
thought.
social
It's just
anxiety,
not-
just relax.
Just relax.
When you want to come.
Yeah, when you want to come. Like
We'll be
just
here.
like relax. Just don't do it yet. But
when
we'll be here when you're ready.
you're ready
come.
to come. Yeah. Or whatever. But no, I don't think kids think deeply about it. I mean,
No.
it's not. I mean, I remember like getting older and like when I was a teenager and like getting into lyrics and stuff and being like thinking I was like really deep, like putting lyrics in my way messages and stuff. I remember getting into lyrics, but like even still, it wasn't like affecting me so much to sing a song about a woman masturbating. It just like was not like impeding on my life, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why do these people think that these things are impeding? That's the thing. They're so like, this person is bothering me in my life
Right.
so much that I have to make it stop. We're living in that culture so like
Yeah.
viscerally today,
Yeah.
you know? Why does it bother you so much if I want to get an abortion? Why
Yeah.
does it bother you so much if that person wants to dress in drag? Why are you so like, what is wrong
The
with you?
narcissism is insane because
Yes.
it's purely
Yeah.
narcissistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's if I wouldn't do it, nobody should.
Yeah. And it's like, well, I wouldn't wear that dress. I'm not
Yeah.
attacking you over it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to rip it off. I just wouldn't wear it because I don't want to. It's not impeding on my life. Like,
Exactly.
it's crazy. But it is
Relax.
crazy. When you want to come, come. But it's crazy how like topical it is still, you know, like you
Oh,
said, like
yeah.
it's happening so much. Like this is all so,
Yeah.
and we, like I said, we've never figured it out. We still have the labels on albums and that's it. I mean, we haven't really done a whole lot of work since then,
No.
you know?
No,
Listen,
there's a
we
lot of work
can-
to do, but then it's also like maybe I don't know, whatever.
Be a parent.
I mean, listen.
Be a parent. What'd you say?
Just be a parent
Yeah,
and take
be a
care of your own fucking
parent.
kid.
Yeah.
Parent your kid in the proper way, right?
Yes.
Are you making sure that, you know, your kid isn't watching violent internet porn? I feel like that is where your thoughts should lie and not some music.
Well, it's funny that you say that because there's that really famous Madonna interview where she was on Nighttime or Nightline. Hello. She was on Nighttime.
It was on at night.
Yeah. She was on the nighttime TV. And she's like, that's exactly what she said. She's like, I sing about my own fantasies and I have my own boundaries and I'm not singing to children. If your children are listening to my music, it's because you are
Yeah.
not monitoring them enough. And also, like, she basically makes the point that because they wanted to do certain hours for certain things on MTV and they felt like her videos should only be played like after like 9 p.m. or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's fine, but then let's also make it equal and do like a degradation of women hour and a violence hour and like a waving guns around in her music videos hour because all of these videos are doing something harmful. So why are you picking and choosing certain things that you find, well, because you find it more offensive, so everybody should?
Yeah.
But like these men can rap about like doing whatever and it's not that as big of a deal. It just,
Right.
the lines are just too blurred.
Yeah. I think during this time, I was reading something about the Satanic Panic, and it was talking about how around this time, like from the 70s and then especially into the 80s, more and more women were going into the workforce. So more and more children were either going into daycare or
Interesting.
kids were, like the Gen X kids were latchkey kids. So there was this new awareness and like completely legitimate fear of who is my child with when they're at daycare and what is my child doing, my older child doing when I'm not home before I get home from work.
Interesting.
And so it sort of like stirred up all these fears of like, maybe they're getting into Satanism. But so I guess maybe in their heads, to a degree, like a collective thinking is like, I don't have time to monitor all of their music and the things that they do when I'm not there. Can't like the government do it or self-censorship of the record companies or the artists and sort of like grappling with parenting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
And
never.
working.
That's such a astute observation.
Yeah, I
But
never would've put that
I didn't think
together.
that women were entering the workforce more.
Yeah.
And then their kids were just left at home to kind of take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And then with that, all of the serial killer things and the crime going
Yeah.
around and this like surge of the occult, it just like
Yeah.
took over.
Oh yeah, good. I guess we should mention that they do talk a lot about the Night Stalker being like this, all sort of being the result of this fear-based way of living. The Night Stalker had killed like 16 people at this point, and like
He said that he was listening to AC/DC and there was
Yeah.
like an
Yeah.
AC/DC hat at one of the crime scenes.
Yeah.
yeah,
And people were, it was like, well, AC/DC made him do it. But then you read into, like, there's a previous part of the article where it goes into all of the Night Stalker stuff and his background. It's like, well, maybe AC/DC influenced him a little bit, but he had been like freebasing all manners of drugs. And his
There's
brain
also
was
that.
mush. So, if your child is doing those things, maybe we do have to worry about how impressionable.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, is cooking his brain to blame it all, or
Yeah.
Or is it AC/DC?
This is your brain.
Yeah.
This is your brain on drugs. This is your brain on drugs while listening to
AC/DC.
AC/DC.
You become the Night Stalker.
Yeah, equal the Night Stalker.
And you can tell it feels very fear-based. All of it feels like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the word panic being attached to it is perfect because it feels like
Yeah.
just a panic response. It's like the parents just really being scared. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, really. Just the show tackles so many amazing things, and it just also shows this like herd mentality.
Yeah.
Like fear makes scared people do scary things.
Mhm.
Yes.
And when you're in a big group of people, you also find comfort in the fact that I don't want to be the only one scared.
Yeah.
Oh, you're scared too? Oh, wait, I hear you go. I'm scared too. And so everybody finds this comfort in this mass hysteria,
Yeah.
which is so dangerous, right? For society and for the world.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like the video nasties thing in the UK that was happening at the same time.
No.
So there was like in the UK they were having their own Satanic Panic, but it was like through film, and they were called video nasties, and it was like what the
ooh.
government would decide was just like a nasty video, and it was like anything with like blood, gore, sex, smoking, drugs, cursing, like anything. So all of these movies, these great iconic movies, horror movies, thrillers they were trying to ban them
Oh, wow.
from video stores because they were considered nasties.
Nasty.
Ooh, nasties.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love that.
Yeah. And it's again just like totally fear-based, like you
Oh,
said.
yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah. It's just, yeah.
Well, Anna, I'm so excited to see this show. It's
Aw,
gonna be like so
thanks,
good.
guys.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for you to see it.
Shall we move on and close out with some ads?
Sure.
Let's.
What better way to end things?
What better way?
I love it.
There's some great ads in this. It's like hard to choose.
One that I was really interested in was on page 111.
It's like every 15 pages it's numbered. It's so weird. I think they make it so hard.
It's hell. Oh, here it is. Here she is. The Midori Green Russian, which I've never heard of this. I've, of course, had a Midori sour, a classic, but a Midori Green Russian, better than black or white. So it's just Midori with cream. And I'll be honest, I will be trying this.
Wait, I'm sorry. I just have to read this. There's more to life than black and white, so try a green Russian. It's creamy and uniquely flavored with the taste of Midori, the original Milan liqueur. All of the Russians you've tasted, you're bound to agree. What?
That's sexy.
Yeah, it has combined equal parts of Midori and vodka, which is optional, over ice and add cream. Don't you love adding cream to a Midori?
I've never ever thought of that in my life.
Neither,
Can I be honest? I'm feeling a little woozy.
I find it really odd that you've never thought to add cream to your Midori.
It truly shocked me and knocked my socks off. You know?
Dara, I love that you're gonna try this. You have to let me know what it's like. I don't know if I can
will.
I'm picturing just like an alien drink, like the aliens
Yeah,
would drink.
curdling.
Yeah, curdling, and it's green, and it's like it's from the 80s, I guess.
Yeah.
Like aliens were big.
Well,
Yes.
and also, I never realized this. I think just like cream and alcohol was very big in
Yeah.
this like 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
You don't see that quite so much.
No.
Of all the Russians you've tasted. What?
White Russian. I used to order White Russians though in college at the bar. I would love to get a White Russian.
Did we all go through a White Russian phase?
Yes.
Is that just like a
Yes.
thing?
It's a
Yes.
thing. It's a thing when you discover that that's an alcoholic drink. You're like, no way, and you're mind blown. And then you're like, I'm gonna get a White
Because
Russian.
I still sometimes get the taste.
little bit.
Oh, I want one. I want one right now.
Me too. Me too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a toasted almond?
I feel like I have.
What's that?
It's amaretto and cream.
Yes, I have. It's so
Ooh.
good.
I love amaretto too.
Oh.
Mm.
It's also a great, I think it ends up being something you drink when you're young because you're like, ooh, it's kind of like ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a sweet little treat. I'm not doing anything wrong, but I would do like doubles of vodka.
Yeah, you have to. To cut through the thick cream.
Oh, yes, of course.
We'll have 3 toasted almonds, please.
Cheers.
You're like, wait, let me open like the 80s like drink book to see what
Oh
that
my
is.
God, I actually would die to do that. I want to have an 80s party where we only make 80s drinks.
Oh, my God,
And,
yes.
and you play cocktail on the TV.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Just Tom spinning
I'm
his
having
bottles.
a
Yes.
moment.
Making pink squirrels.
Oh my
I know my
God.
next party theme.
Yes.
And no one is allowed to just wear like a stupid, like, here's my cutoff sweatshirt.
no.
No, you actually have to
Yeah.
put in the work.
the work.
Yeah, or you cannot come in and you cannot have a taste of my green Russian.
Yes. No Midori for you, darling.
Cocktail Tom Cruise classic.
Yes.
We can have a little Russians bar where it's like,
Ooh.
do you want your white, your black, or your green?
And we should all make a cocktail.
Ooh.
We should come with a recipe and make an 80s cocktail.
Yes, you guys. When
We-
can we do
Oh my
this?
God. Hello.
excited.
The night is young.
Oh my God.
Well, Anna,
Uh-huh.
we love you so much.
This was so great. Seriously, thank you so much. This was amazing.
Guys, I am beyond happy to be sitting here with 2 incredibly funny, incredibly charming, and talented friends of mine. This has been an honor, and I'm just so excited that I got to be on What's Your Issue. So thank you.
Oh my God. Well, tell the people one more time when they can watch the show and where and all the things.
Okay, one last time.
One last time.
You can watch my new show, Hysteria, on Peacock, and all 8 episodes drop on October 18th.
Oh, they're doing a full.
It's a
I'll be able
full
to binge.
drop. You'll binge.
Oh
You'll
my
binge.
God.
Episode 5 is my favorite.
Oh my
so
God. My edible
enjoy.
just jumped out of its can. It's so excited.
And it's a perfect October
Yes.
Halloween
Yes.
vibe.
Yeah, sit in the dark watching it with some friends, get some popcorn.
I hope you inspire some Halloween costumes. I hope that we see some.
There could definitely be some Tracy Whiteheads out there for sure. Because Mama don't want to mess with her. I'll just say that.
Not in that wig.
No, honey.
Well, thanks everyone for listening. This was lovely per use,
Yeah.
but more lovely than ever because of Anna. And, follow us on Instagram, What's Your Issue Show. And, join us on Patreon. Subscribe. You can get our PDFs of the magazines so you can read along, and we do bonus episodes, and
Because otherwise, how else would you get the Midori recipe? So we have to post it.
we have to post it. There's also a Cool Whip recipe
Oh, yeah.
that you might want to peruse.
Yes.
So
But yeah, we love you very, very much, and thank you for listening.
thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Do you like being educated on things that entertain but don't matter? Well, then you need to be listening to the podcast with Knox and Jamie. Every Wednesday, we put together an episode dedicated to delightful idiocy to give your brain a break from all the serious and important stuff.
Whether we're deep diving a classic movie, dissecting the true meanings behind the newest slang, or dunking on our own listeners for their bad takes or cringy stories, we always approach our topics with humor and just a little bit of side-eye, and we end every episode with recommendations on all the best new movies, books, TV shows, or music.
To find out more, just search up the podcast with Knox and Jamie wherever you listen to podcasts and prepare to make Wednesday your new favorite day of the week.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.